2023 World Championships right here in Budapest, Hungary. Now, things are going to be kicking off on Saturday, but I already gave my predictions for the sprints and the hurdles. Today, I want to talk about 4 athletes who are kind of flying under the radar and a little bit of sleeper picks, but could very well find themselves on the podium when the week of championships is over. So let's jump right into it. And first off, Jereem Richards from Trinidad and Tobago. Now, many know him, of course, as a 200-meter runner, 2017 World Championship bronze medalist in the 200, but more recently, he's dove back into the 400 and really found his footing. He's going to be in the 400 meters at these championships, and he might make a shot. Of course, 2022 World Indoor Champion in the 400, but prior to that, his personal best was only 44.21 seconds from back in 2017. Last year in 2022, outdoors, personal best of 44.79. This year though, he's already set personal best on 2 occasions, 44.54 and 44.68 seconds. So he dropped the 200 and he said, listen, I'm going for the 400. And guess what? The 400 meters is actually more wide open than we think. Steven Gardner, Wade Van Niekerk, they're probably the top 2, and I think they're a clear top 2, but I do think that Jereem Richards has a very strong shot to make it onto the podium. Heard that Samukonga from Zambia, unfortunately, is injured, so not sure if he's going to run. Of course, you have like Bryce Deadman, Vernon Norwood, Ndori from Botswana. There's a lot of guys who are in the mix, Matthew Hudson-Smith, but Jereem Richards with this personal best of 44.54, probably getting to 44 low, might very well get you onto the podium, and I'm looking to seeing if Jereem Richards can really put a dent in that field. I think he's very well going to make that final, and listen, if you make the final at that point, anything is possible. He has a 200 meter speed, 19.80 seconds, right? He has the strength, 400 meter world indoor champion. So Jereem Richards, look out for him in that 400 meters for Trinidad and Tobago. Now let's move over to the women's side, and in the sprints, I'm looking at Daryll Neita from Great Britain. Now, since about 2021, she has been on a tear, setting personal best in the 100, setting personal best in the 200, and this year she has a very good shot to make it onto the podium. Now, 100 meters might be a little tougher, but look at that 200 meters. She set a personal best this season of 22.23 seconds. Now, it's not sub 22 seconds, right? We're not looking at Shrika Jackson, Gabby Thomas, etc., but she does have a very strong shot to sneak onto the podium if she's able to make another step up. We could see 22 flat, we could see 21.9, who knows, but I really like her consistency. I think it was the Stockholm Diamond League when Daryll Neita actually got her first Diamond League win. Again, she's also been super consistent throughout the season. She ran 10.96 in the 100 this year. She ran really fast in the 60 indoors. She's been really consistent, and Daryll Neita has really just been on the cusp of really breaking out and getting onto the podium. Tokyo Olympic Games in 2021, she made the 100 meter final that year when she was still super young. So look out for Daryll Neita. The 100 is going to be significantly tougher. She does have a shot to make the final for sure, but I think the 200 might be where Daryll Neita really shines. I think Daryll Neita has been meaning for a breakout, and these World Championships here in Budapest could be the time that she gets onto the podium. Again, not saying it's a sure shot. The sprints are very tough, but she's been making that progress. 22.23 seconds in the 200 is nothing to slouch at. That is on the cusp of the 22-second barrier. Listen, if you run sub 22, you might be on that podium. Look out for Daryll Neita. Now, back on the men's side, but this time in the hurdles, Kyron McMaster from the British Virgin Islands. Now, of course, in the 400 meter hurdles, everyone is looking at Karsten Warholm, Ryan Benjamin, Alison Dos Santos, even CJ Allen from the US, considering the rise and progression that he's had. But people have really been sleeping on Kyron McMaster and the past couple years that he's been having, as well as what he's already done this year. This year, he's run 47.26 seconds, his second fastest performance of his entire career in the 400 meter hurdles, and really putting himself into the conversation. Right now, he's number 3 in the world in the hurdles, only behind Karsten Warholm and Ryan Benjamin. Now, his personal best, 47.08 seconds, dates back to the Olympic Games in Tokyo when he finished 4th place, of course, behind that amazing race where Karsten Warholm, Ryan Benjamin, and Alison Dos Santos all surpassed the world record, I think the previous world record by Kevin Young, right? But Kyron McMaster has really been making strides and proving that he really could be in the mix. I think he is on the cusp of breaking the 47-second barrier, and he very well could do it here in Budapest. Now, is that going to be enough to get onto the podium, right? Again, Karsten Warholm, Ryan Benjamin, Alison Dos Santos coming back from injury. He has a personal best of 46.2 from last year at the World Championships, but is he going to be able to get back onto the podium? I think McMaster has a very, very strong shot, and he's going to shock the world with what he's capable of. He could also run sub 47 seconds and not make it onto the podium, which would be a huge shock, and of course the first time ever. But don't sleep on McMaster. Let's see how he progresses through the rounds. He got 4th place in Tokyo. He also got 4th place, I think, in Doha 2019. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's going to be able to do, and he's going to have a big breakout here in Budapest. Finally, on the women's side, but this time in the field, I'm looking at Thea Lafond from Dominica in the triple jump. Now, she has really been on the cusp of breaking out and having a huge performance, and this could be her year. Now, triple jump is very, very stacked, but look at what she's been able to do and remaining consistent throughout the past couple years. Personal best of 14.60 meters from the Tokyo Olympic Games in 2021, but last year at the World Championships, she managed to jump 14.56 meters to finish 5th place at the World Championships, not too far off that podium. Even more importantly though, at those World Championships, Thea Lafond had a massive jump that was just barely a little bit of a foul on the board, and it was over 15 meters. It very likely would have been over 15 meters, but it wasn't 15 meters. She of course doesn't have that personal best, but she's been very, very consistent. Again, 14.60 meters in terms of her personal best and national record. She jumped 14.5 meters multiple times throughout her career. This year in 2023, she's already jumped 14.47 meters. So it's not the 15-meter barrier, right? It's not 14.8 or 9 or anything like that, but Thea Lafond has that potential to really have a breakout, and what, 14.7 made it onto the podium last year, so she can very well do that here. She's been having a great season. She's been making great progress. I think Thea Lafond can have a big breakout here and surprise a lot of people by getting on that podium in the women's triple jump. A lot of competition, right? Yulimar Rojas, right? Povea, Perez Hernandez, right? There's a lot of women who are in the triple jump, but do not sleep on Thea Lafond. Let me not even sleep on Shanika Ricketts, right? She's been silver medalist multiple times, but again, Thea Lafond from Dominica, she's really been putting her mark in the triple jump, and this could be her year. Definitely look out for her. But so those are just 4 athletes who are kind of sleeper picks, flying under the radar relative to some of the bigger name athletes, but they can very well end this championships and get themselves on the podium when it's all said and done. Go in the comments below. Let me know who you think are some of the athletes that we should probably be looking out for, might not be getting as much attention, but could very well get onto the podium. And let me know what you're looking forward to at these World Championships here in Budapest. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Be back again next time. Thanks for watching.